Hey, what's going on guys, Nate here, welcome back to another video. And today we are still on the Hero 7 Black, unfortunately. But today I want to talk about the crash story from a couple of years ago. A lot of people are asking about it, and I finally said I'd make a video on it, so we're going to get straight into the details. So this was on the Yamaha YZF-R 125 2014. You know, I do miss that bike. I hope the current owner's looking after it. Big sad. I've really hurt the inside of my cheek, so it hurts to talk while riding. So motovlogging is a really interesting experience when you can't talk. Okay, so let's set the scene. You were coming up a dual carriageway, and on the dual carriageway is an intersection ahead. On this intersection there is like dual carriageway, dual carriageway, dual carriageway, dual carriageway, dual carriageway, dual carriageway. Basically there's four, I don't know how to describe it. There's in total, that would be, there's like 8 dual carriageways coming together. So it's like a really big intersection. So there's obviously a lot of lanes, a lot of traffic lights, a lot of confusingness. So technically it was completely my fault, but it could also be seen it was their fault. Pretty much nothing happened. It wasn't a crash, so let me call it falling off really dramatically. The speed I state might not also be accurate because I haven't, you know, I wasn't looking at the speedometer the second I fell off. It was a few seconds before, so it could give it a little bit of lenience. So you're coming up to one of these intersections, and your traffic light is green, so you speed up to get through it, which was my first mistake. And then coming straight down from it, I'm explaining this in the complete wrong order. So, okay, I was speeding towards the green light lane, going through the green light lane. As I approached it, you know, the lanes were a bit different. There you go, nearly had another crash. That would be quite funny during the crash story. So it was green, red, green, red for some reason. I was shooting down the middle lane, about to go through the intersection all happily, and suddenly this car that was going to stop in the a car shot up next to me, realised, oh shit, you know, we're in the wrong lane. So he swerved into my lane, and then the traffic light began to change. So he slammed his brakes on in front of me. I would have made it through if, you know, he didn't slam his brakes on in front of me and tried to kill me. I would have completely made that easily. So I had to swerve into the other lane, and then I had to slam my brakes on. Now this is where my biggest fuck up came in. I mean, I was just turned 17 at this point. I was not very good at riding a bike. I slammed down in gears, remembering engine braking, but I went straight from gear 5 to gear 1 and let the clutch fully out straight away. Now my back wheel was not a fan of this big pro gamer move, because what actually happened, here you go, here's a good example. I was in here, some cars swerved in there, I had swerved in there and slammed my brakes on, and I was like bang 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 bang, and I just let it out like that. You know, it's nearly just threw me off then. That was quite funny. Now Maddie's tapping me like, what the fuck? I know.
I waved at her. You waved at her.
Yeah, that's cute. That's cute.
You waved at her.
I didn't see her. I was concentrating on the road.
No, she was behind us when she waved. It's because I looked back and she was...
I thought it was her with that joke. I thought it was her.
Yeah, it was. It was her and Jay.
But yeah, so it was like this pretty much. So red, green, red. I came up here as I was coming down this lane, soaring, ready to go through straight ahead to the next dual carriageway. It wasn't a roundabout. Some guy in here decided to swerve in here. I had to swerve in there, slam my brakes on, down into gear 1. Oh, straight away, 60 mph in gear 1. My bike was like, nah bitch, not happening. Oh yeah, by the way, we're going Tesco, not McDonald's, so technically this isn't a McDonald's ride, it's another Tesco ride. It was very sad to see actually, because it was, you know, 1 minute you're sat on the bike doing 60 miles an hour, the next, you know, all you feel is an oof on the floor as you're rolling across. You know, I actually flipped over myself a couple times, and as I'm spinning around and everything, I just see my bike in the distance turning into a fidget spinner. I mean, I'm not joking, this thing was spinning like fuck on the rear pegs and front peg. It was just going round and round and round and round. It was not stopping. And possibly the worst bit happened. I was stuck about 20-30 miles from home, doing the most stupid thing in the world, and my gear indicator was bent inwards. So fuck. I had to ride 30 miles in gear 1 down a dual carriageway on a 125. The least I can say is, you know, I nearly blew it the fuck up. I had to stop. There's just a pile of cheese on the floor, just ran it over. I had to stop so many times. Ugh.